Hello, everyone. Artificial intelligence is not new. We have been talking about it for decades, but what's new is that it finally usable at scale. In real world workflows where it can actually drive outcomes, and yet, despite this shift, most organizations are still seeing the level of impact they expected. We have built pilots, we have deployed co-pilots, we have proven what AI can do. But very few can say it has fundamentally changed how actually the works get done. So the question is no longer, what can AI do? The real question is, why hasn't it transformed execution? The answer is simple and a bit uncomfortable. Most AI today does not actually do the work. It assists, it generates, it recommends, but it stops short of execution. Which means humans are still responsible for coordinating across systems, managing handoffs, and closing the loop. So instead of removing the work, we often just repackaged it. We have optimized for intelligence, but not for execution. This is exactly where the agentic AI changes the equation. Agentic AI is not about better answers. It is about getting work done with better answers. It is the shift from systems that inform to systems that act. These systems can understand goals, break them into tasks, orchestrate across multiple systems, and execute actions within defined guardrails. Not as isolated tools, but as participants in the workflows. We are now moving through the clear evolution from co-pilots that assist individuals to agents that execute the task, to multi-agent systems that collaborate to solve complex end-to-end problems is where the real value, and that last stage is where real transformation begins. Because that is not where AI starts to resemble how organizations actually operate. Now, this shift matters in every industry, but nowhere is it more critical than in healthcare. Because in healthcare, the gap between insight and execution is not just inefficiency, it directly impacts care, cost, and outcomes. Healthcare has not lacked innovation. We have advanced systems, rich data, and increased use of AI across clinical and administrative areas. And yet, the clinicians are still burdened. Administrative costs continue to increase. Workflows remain fragmented. So again, the issue is not intelligence. It is execution at scale. Most AI in healthcare behaves the same way as other industries. It assists, it can summarize notes, it can suggest codes and provide recommendations. But it does not complete the workflow. And in healthcare, that limitation is amplified because every incomplete step creates delays, handoffs, and an additional burden on already stretched teams. Insights without execution becomes another task in the system. This is where agentic AI becomes truly transformative. Instead of stopping at recommendations, it becomes an active participant in workflows. It understands goals, it coordinates across systems, and it executes actions within clearly defined clinical operational guardrails. Let's make this real. Take prior authorization. Today, it is slow, fragmented, and manual. Data is pulled from multiple systems. Documentation is reviewed in silos. Teams follow up repeatedly to complete the process. Now imagine a different model. An agent gathers patient and clinical data automatically. Another validates it against payer requirements. Another prepares and submits the request. And a supervisory layer ensures compliance, traceability, and exception handling. No chasing, no fragmentation, no unnecessary delay. The workflow completes, and that is the shift. Not faster insights, but finished work with insights. But making this real in healthcare requires more than a technology. It requires discipline in 3 areas. First, context. Healthcare is complex. AI must understand clinical pathways, coding, standards, and payer provider dynamics. Without that, it cannot operate safely or effectively. Second, trust. Every action must be explainable, traceable, and auditable. If clinicians don't trust it, they won't use it. If it cannot be governed, it will not scale. And now, the third important piece in the puzzle is the integration. AI must work within the existing systems, not around them. Because in healthcare, even small friction becomes large resistance. When these 3 come together, we start to see real impact. The administrative burden begins to reduce meaningfully. Authorization and claim cycles accelerate. Clinicians spend less time navigating systems and more time on patient care. And most importantly, decisions are not just made, they are executed consistently and scalable. But this is where the leadership matters most, because agentic AI is not just a technology shift. It is an operating model shift. It forces us to answer difficult questions. Where do we allow autonomy? Where must human oversight remain? How do we define accountability when systems act on our behalf? And how do we bring this to our teams along in this transformation? We are at an inflection point. The last phase of AI was about experimentation, learning what it can do. This next phase is about execution. Embedding AI into core of how work actually gets done. And the organizations that will lead will not be the one with the most pilots. They will be the one that rethinks the flows so that the work is completed end-to-end by intelligent, well-governed systems. Healthcare does not need more dashboards. It does not need more alerts. It does not need more pilots. It needs relief. Relief for clinicians, relief for operations, and obviously the teams associated to it, then relief for a system under constant pressure, and obviously the relief for the patients to reduce the timeline. So Agentic provides a path to deliver that relief, not relieving just one system. So the shift is in front of us, and it is clear that from intelligence to execution, from assistance to action, and experiments to impact. Thank you for your time.